Hey guys, what's going on? Wandering Nomad here. Just wanted to give you guys a starter video, I guess. Um, so, I'm a truck driver with Crete Carrier Corporation, running on Shaffer Trucking side, which is their refrigerated division. Um, I just wanted to let you guys know how it was in the beginning here. So, what happened was I went to orientation first off in New Kingstown, Pennsylvania. Um, Great group of people, um, knowledgeable with information, patient. We had a guy in our class that definitely tried their patience, but um, they made it through it, and um, hope none of them quit after that. um, but yeah, in orientation, so Monday, you go out, you do a lot of onboarding on Monday. That's where you're filling out all your paperwork, you're doing your physical, you're doing your drug screen, you're doing um, your road test. So there's really not much going on Monday. They give you some videos and stuff to watch, the paperwork to sign, all that stuff. Tuesdays where you get into the real meat of everything. Um, you get they do all of the general, about the company, about the benefits, about uh, all of that stuff. Um, so then Wednesday you do um, you finish signing up for stuff. Um, you get your driver code. You get all that kind of stuff. Um, that's So Wednesday's another pretty easy day. Now, um, me personally, kind of a bigger guy. Um, I had to take a sleep test. At New Kingstown, they do it right there at the terminal. Real easy. It's a test everybody should be willing to study for. Um, so for me, they took me upstairs um, at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock or something like that, um, and hooked up all the wires or whatever, and said, just do what you normally do. So if you normally put on some music to go to sleep, or you watch YouTube videos, or whatever, they just have you do what you normally do and then go to sleep. Um, as you normally do. They come in about 5 o'clock or so, wake you up, and get you get you situated for the day. There, it's just a tech. They can't tell you the results, obviously, because they're just kind of a tech, and you have to wait for the doctor to sign off on it. Whatever, I was fine. I don't need the CPAP. But yeah, so I did that. They rented me a car to get from my home out by Pittsburgh out there to New Kingstown, which is just outside of Carlisle, Mechanicsburg area. Um, they rented me a car. Basically, they said that if it's got a full tank of gas or whatever, drive it out there. Um, if you have anything to reimburse, they don't reimburse food, but they'll reimburse tolls and gas. Um, So if you got any expenses to get out there, turn in your receipts when you get to orientation. They'll reimburse you for it. But they rented me a car. I did not have to put gas in that car. It was full when I got it, so I had plenty of gas to go the 180 miles or whatever to the terminal. Um, and I just give them the keys. They take it out, gas it up, and turn it in. So um, definitely a good deal there. Um, Then after orientation, they did not have a truck for me in New Kingstown. They had one in Indianapolis. Now um, they could have bussed me. They could have, sent me on the Amtrak or whatever. But they actually rented a car for me. Not only did they rent the car for me, they reimbursed for gas and tolls. Um, so they On top of that, one of the best things about Crete, if you are working, you're getting paid. So, um, I think it varies by driver. I don't know if it's a set rate. I'd have to follow up on that. Um, but I got paid per mile to go from New Kingstown to Indianapolis. So, um, while you're out there going for your truck, I mean, I think it was 300 miles or something for me, or 500. No, 500 miles because it was like 200. I don't know, $270 or something. But they pay for your mileage anytime you have to work. I get out to Indianapolis. I get my truck. I get my load. It was a T-called load. Needed to go down to Louisville. Started off with a bang. I mean, I'm running refrigerated, and it was a load of meat, I believe. The trailer seal was missing. So I had to contact risk management, find out all that stuff, what they wanted me to do, because, I couldn't verify that it hadn't been contaminated because it wasn't sealed. But whatever, they told me to put one of my seals on it, and if the customer had an issue with it, that they'd work with the customer on that. So I get that down there. Everything went well. Got a couple other loads, went down into Florida. All kinds of stuff. So, coming out of Florida, my check engine light come on. So I was going to take it to a TA. Breakdown requested that I get it to a terminal. So, I ran it like I normally did. Things started beating the crap out of me, but I get it to a terminal about 5 days later when I finally went past one, and fuel injector went on it. Well, since it was a bad fuel injector, well, there was a lot of other stuff that came with that. It may have gone into the turbo, may have put too much fuel into the motor, I don't know. But right now my truck is at Freightliner. That's why I'm in this nice hotel room. I'm in Lenoir City, Tennessee. I hope I've seen you guys out here. I've been here for a few days now. But tomorrow they're going to send me to Greensboro, North Carolina. What they want me to do is they want me to recover a truck that's been sold by the company, by Crete, and bring that back to them. Or bring that back here to Lenoir City where the person that's buying it's supposed to pick it up or whatever. But, again, they're going to rent me a car to go out to North Carolina. And, again, they pay for, there's no tolls between Lenoir City and Greenville because you just go straight down 40, or Greensboro, just go straight down 40. But if there was tolls, they'd reimburse that. They reimburse gas, and they pay mileage. Great company so far to work for, even with the issues that I've had with breakdown. I'm going to go get that truck, and then they're going to pay me mileage to bring that truck right back here to Tennessee. So, so far, this has been a wonderful company. Everybody I've talked to, when I've called in, has been knowledgeable. They've been friendly, polite, courteous. Starting off with, I don't mean to name drop here, but Laci, my recruiter. Man, when I called up, I just brought a bunch of questions from other companies I've worked for. Everything that was wrong with those companies, I turned into a question. Because when I was calling companies, I wanted to know what I was getting into. And it didn't matter how obscure the question was, like, do they have ice machines at the terminals? Every question I had, she was able to answer. And it wasn't like there was hesitation, like she didn't want to say the answer or anything like that. It was just honest, straightforward, good group of people. I highly recommend coming here. Hopefully they get the truck fixed. If not, they'll put me in a different truck. Simple as that. Their philosophy here is, if they're having to pay breakdown, they're losing money. because they do breakdown pay here. But if they're having to pay you breakdown, they're losing money because, they're paying for me to be in this hotel room. They're um, they're paying me on top of paying for whatever repairs that might be under warranty, um, but they're paying for all of this stuff, and I'm not here making them any money at the moment. So um, their philosophy is why lose money? When we might have another trucker need to go recover a truck, or they have loaner trucks if it gets out of hand or something with the breakdown. They don't want you to stop moving. They would rather you make miles. One, that's where they make money. Because obviously they're getting paid by the customers. Two, that's where I'm making money. I'm not going to get rich on breakdown pay. I don't want to be broke down. Sure, it's like a little mini vacation out here, but I'm kind of tired of it. Kind of tired of seeing Lenore City, Tennessee. But it's very, it's a good place to work. I've only been here now 2 full weeks, including orientation. So about a week and a half or something on the road. But still, the miles are there. When I get to a shipper, and because I'm reefer, they don't want to stack too awful much because, you could be sitting at docks or whatever. That's why you want to give them an accurate PTA, projected time available. Because when I leave that shipper, I don't think it's been more than 20 or 30 minutes that I've had to wait for a load. And that's from leaving the shipper, not the receiver. So by the time I either stop for the day, which is more often than not because they have longer lengths of haul here, so by the time I stop for the day or get to the receiver, I've already got a pre-plan. I already know where I'm going next. I know what I'm doing. I kind of get to map everything out and kind of figure out how I'm doing it. Communication, that's big here. If you let them know what you need, even if it's just in that loaded call, let them know what time you'll be available at the end of that load. Communication is key. Like, I'm not saying call into your dispatcher every day. Unfortunately, I have to because my asset manager, needs to be kept updated with what's going on with my truck, what my next steps are, as far as when I'm going to be available for whatever. But prior to that, it was just run the load. Only call in if you have a problem. Otherwise, just use that PeopleNet. Send them a message. They answer really quickly here. And if it's not your asset manager, whoever's there working with them will answer the message. I've sent a message, say when leaving, if I had a question or whatever, and I rarely have to wait 10 minutes for an answer back. So it's a good culture here, and so far this has been the best experience I've had. A little bit about me. I started with Swift. I was with Swift for a little while, and then went out and bought my own truck and went to Schneider. Lost a lot of money on that truck. I got a bad truck out of that deal. But that, I it's neither here nor there. I've done, I paid my dues there. I learned a lot for sure. So after giving up the truck, and no, it was not a lease truck. I actually purchased it from a dealership. But yeah, after cutting my losses on that truck, I didn't want to lease a truck, so I decided to go to Crete. It took a while. It took a lot of soul searching with my wife, and I was home for a little bit. I was working construction with my cousin, By the way, another great company. If by chance you guys are watching this from the Pittsburgh area, I want to shout out Premier Remodeling Solutions. When I was kind of down on my luck, or not down on my luck, when I was trying to think about going local after my truck went all down and everything, they offered me a job as a laborer. And I mean, they are good at what they do. They know their stuff. They're just a group of guys that, have fun doing what they're doing. So, shout out to them. They're not sponsoring this video. They're not even knowing I'm talking about them yet. But definitely, if you're in the Pittsburgh area and you need any kind of renovations, inside or outside, done on your house, give them a call. So worth it. You can find their number on their Facebook, their Instagram. You can find them on Google. Premier Remodeling Solutions. Great company. All right, back to what I was saying. I was home for a little bit, and actually tried getting on with another company. Not going to mention what company it is. The people that drive the brown trucks don't need to know I talk about them, I guess. No, I tried going to UPS, and wasn't great. I had interviews with them. I had the drug tests, all that stuff. I had to redo a drug test because they didn't tell me where to go. They just handed me a piece of paper and said, go do it. And so I went to the branch closest to me. That wasn't it. So, and then they kept giving me wrong information on start dates and all of that stuff. So at that point, I just said, you know what, screw it. My heart was still out here on the road. My wife, God bless her, she's a trooper with this. My heart's out here, and I'm thankful for her. She knew that I still wanted to be out here. The road was still my love. So she helped me compile that list of questions. That circles back around to when I called up Laci. I called a bunch of other companies too, and there was either hesitation with answering my questions, or they were just astronomically stupid answers, to be completely honest with you. So yeah, I'm gonna try to make this like a daily vlog, that'll turn into other stuff, as I get questions from you guys. You guys ask questions, I might make a video on it. So you guys all be safe out there. If you're thinking about coming to Crete, do it. Crete, Shaffer, Hunt, they're all the same, whether you want to do dry van, reefer, or flatbed. Great culture here, great company to work for so far. And the reason it took me a couple weeks to make this video was because I didn't want to just be in the honeymoon phase. I didn't want to just be in the, oh yeah, look at what they offered me, without actually seeing the proof. So I highly recommend them. If you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments. I guess everybody would be new here, so subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell. I'll let you know when I'm live, or when I post videos, which should be every day. Not sure what time, probably vary day to day. But yeah, you guys be safe out there, and I hope to see you guys on the road.